Hello everyone! Thank you for joining me today. I'm Ronald, and I am excited to guide you through a discussion on the intriguing chapters 19 to 21 of the Old Testament's Leviticus. These chapters offer profound insights and teachings that are both historical and spiritually significant. Now let's explore the messages, commandments, and values that they convey. Chapter 19 delves into the pivotal themes of God's laws and their historical and contemporary relevance. Did you notice that God had been the primary speaker for most of these chapters, emphasizing holiness and cleanliness? The laws outlined by God are geared towards fostering a harmonious community, emphasizing civil or horizontal and divine vertical interactions. Now, a significant aspect of God's law is the reiteration of several commandments from the Ten Commandments. While repetition might seem initially redundant, it is explained as necessary due to the Israelites' tendency to forget or rebel against these commandments. This aspect of constant reinforcement highlights the importance that God places on these laws to guide ethical behavior and maintain social order. Now, one key teaching is loving one's neighbor as oneself, which underscores many of the horizontal laws. In contrast, God demonstrates compassion for the less fortunate, as we see in Leviticus 19, verse 9 and 10, where he commands the wealthy not to harvest the entirety of their fields, leaving some for the poor. Now, this law provides for the needy and plays a role in the biblical narrative of Ruth and Boaz, which is another book we'll be coming into shortly. Further, God condemns the exploitation of vulnerable individuals, such as the disabled, stressing that people's weaknesses should not be used for personal gain. Instead, open communication and reason should guide interpersonal relations, avoiding conflicts and fostering mutual respect. Now, God's laws are classified into three fundamental types: civil, ceremonial, and moral. Civil laws govern societal behavior and punishment. Ceremonial laws pertain to cleanliness and sacrifices, while moral laws define right and wrong as exemplified by the Ten Commandments. Israel's unique position as both a religious group and as a nation meant that these laws overlap significantly without the separation of church and state. During the coming of Christ, the ceremonial laws were fulfilled and rendered obsolete, as Jesus was the ultimate sacrifice. The moral laws, reflecting God's enduring character, they remain relevant and universally applicable. Jesus emphasized the need to understand the heart behind these laws to grasp their full significance. Leviticus 19:19, "Keep my decrees, do not make different kinds of animals, do not plant your fields with two kinds of seed, do not wear clothing woven by two kinds of material." And also 27:28, "You shall not round off the hair on your temples or mar the edges of your beard, and you shall not make any cuts on your body for the dead or tattoo yourselves." Now, these are just some of the verses that unbelievers frequently use when disqualifying the relevance of the Bible, when in fact, these precise laws were meant for ceremonial cleanliness and distinguishing them from other nations. These are no longer applicable, as Jesus fulfilled the civil and ceremonial requirements. When questioning the relevance of the law today, one should consider its underlying reasons and God's intentions in the law. An example is given in Leviticus 20:10, which prescribes death for adultery. Now, while it appears civil due to the specifying punishment, it is also a moral law, as God detests adultery. Now, the moral aspect remains, but the civil punishment, like execution, are no longer applicable today. The meticulous guidelines for priests underscore the importance of pursuing holiness and honoring God's perfection. This moral lesson extends to all believers, encouraging them to live lives that reflect God's holiness and righteousness. Now, overall, these chapters highlight that the essence of moral laws is to foster a community of respect, love, and holiness, aligning one's actions with God's character. It encourages believers to focus on the principles behind the laws, ensuring that their lives reflect divine intentions. Now, through God's laws and the work of His Spirit, believers are continuously cleansed and transformed into the image of Christ. bridging the gap between divine holiness and human imperfection for the gospel and encouraging believers to strive for closeness with God. Now, I'm going to leave it here for today. God bless you all. I hope to see you next time, and I wish you a great day.